Good day, everybody. We are going to continue our discussion with the subject teaching profession. Our lesson 2 is all about teaching as a vocation and a mission. Here's the learning outcomes of this lesson. Explain teaching as a vocation and mission. Before we proceed with the lesson proper, I want you to answer the following activities. Write it on a one whole sheet of paper. You may submit this right after or the next meeting nila. Okay, let's begin. When a mother says, I think my son has a vocation, what does she means? Again, when a mother says, I think my son has a vocation, what does she means? Also, a soldier reports and says, mission accomplished. What does this imply? What does he means? Again, a soldier reports and says, mission accomplished. What does this imply? What does he means? Some teachers regard teaching as just a job. Others see it as their mission. What's the difference? I want you to read teaching as a mission and or a job. Teaching, mission and or a job. If you're doing it only because you are paid for it, it is a job. If you're doing it not for the pay, but also for service, it's a mission. If you quit because your boss or colleague criticized you, it's a job. If you keep on teaching out of love, it's a mission. If you teach because it does not interfere with your other activities, it's a job. And if you are committed to teaching, even if it means letting go of other activities, it's a mission. If you quit because no one praises or thanks you for what you do, it's a job. And if you remain teaching even though nobody recognizes your efforts, it's a mission. It's hard to get excited about teaching job. It's almost impossible not to get excited about a mission. If our concern is success, it's a job. And if our concern in teaching is success plus faithfulness in our job, teaching is a mission. An average school is filled by teachers doing their teaching job. A great school is filled with teachers involved in a mission of teaching. So pag-usapan muna natin yung teaching as a vocation. Sabihin mo vocation. Vocation comes from the Latin word vocare. Sabihin mo vocare. Say it again. Say it again. Vocare means to call. Vocation comes from the Latin word vocare, which means to call. If there is a call, there must be a caller and someone who is called. There must also be a response. For Christians, the caller is God Himself. For our brother and sister Muslims, it is Allah. Most often, when people use the word vocation, they refer to a religious vocation. Tama ba? Mostly palagi nating iniisip that vocation is something religious. Vocation includes other big calling like marriage and single blessedness. It does not only refer to a religious vocation, but it can also refer to a call to do something like to teach, to heal, etc. Whatever is our calling or our station in life, the call is always to serve. The Christians among you realize that the Bible is full of stories of men and women who were called by God to do something not for themselves but for others. We know of Abraham, the first one called by God, to become the father of a great nation, the nation of God's chosen people. Also, we recall Moses, who was called while in Egypt, to lead God's chosen people out of Egypt in order to free them from slavery. In the New Testament, we know of Mary, who was also called by God to become the mother of the Savior, our Jesus Christ. In Islam, we are familiar with Muhammad, the last of the prophets to be called by Allah, to spread the teaching of Allah. All of them responded positively to God's call. Moses, si Abraham, si Mary, and si Muhammad. They responded positively to God's call. Buddha must have also heard the call to abandon his royal life in order to seek the answer to the problem of suffering. From the eyes, rather, of those who believe, it was good who called you to teach, just as God called Abraham, Moses, Mary of the Bible. Among so many, you were called to teach. Like you, these biblical figures did not also understand the events surrounding their call. Hindi naman alam kasi ni Abraham, hindi naiintindihan ni Moses, ni Mary, or ni Muhammad lahat na nangyayari sa paligid nila. But in their great faith, they answered yes. The fact that you are now in the College of Teacher Education signifies that you said yes to the call to teach. Perhaps you never dreamt to become a teacher. A teacher. I'm saying it again. A teacher. But here you are now, preparing to become one. Teaching must be your vocation, your calling. And I want to ask you one question. Papasa ka ba? Yes. Say it again. Hindi ko marinig. Okay. Ipapasa mo ba ang board exam para maging teacher ka? Again, ipapasa mo ba ang board exam para maging teacher ka? Okay, very good. Magiging teacher ka ba? Say it again. Hindi ko marinig yung yes mo. Say it again. Okay. Very good. May this yes response remain yes and become even firmer through the years. We have here another topic. Teaching as a mission. Teaching, just like the vocation, is also a mission. The word mission comes from the Latin word mission, which means missio, which means to send. The Webster's New Collegiate Dictionary defines mission as something that is task assigned. Again, task assigned. You are sent to accomplish an assigned task. The phrase mission accomplished from the soldier in the activity phase of this lesson suggests that you were sent to do an assigned task, a mission, and so if you faithfully accomplish the task, you proclaim mission accomplished. And you responded to the call to be a teacher, and also your mission in the world is to teach. The task entrusted to you in this world, to teach. These are how vocation and mission are related. You were called for a purpose. Example, to accomplish a mission while on earth, which is to teach. Teaching as your mission. Teaching as your mission means the task entrusted to you. If it is your assigned task, then naturally you've got to prepare yourself for it. So from now on, you cannot take your studies for granted lang. Your 4 years of pre-service preparation, nandito ka ngayon sa college, will equip you the knowledge and skills and attitude to become an effective teacher. Also, teaching as your mission is once a teacher, forever a student. However, never commit the mistake of culminating your mission preparation at the end of the 4 year pre-service education. You have embarked in a mission that calls for a continuing professional development. That's why meron tayong CPD, di ba? So, as the saying goes, once a teacher, forever a student. You are expected to contribute to the betterment of this world in your own unique way. Flowing from your uniqueness, you are expected to contribute to the betterment of this world in your own unique way. Your unique and most significant contribution to the humanization of life on earth is in the field for which you are prepared, and that is teaching. Influence every child entrusted in your care to become better and happier. What exactly is the mission to teach? Is it merely to teach the child the fundamental skills or basic arts of reading, arithmetic, writing, and right conduct? Is it to help the child master the basic skills so he or she can continue acquiring higher level skills in order to become a productive member of the society? It is to deposit facts and other information into the empty minds of our students to withdrawn during quizzes and tests? Or is it to midwife or the birth of ideas latent in the minds of our students? Is it to facilitate the maximum development of his potential, not only for himself or herself, but also for the others? Teaching and a life of meaning. Want to give your life a meaning? Gusto mo bang magkaroon ng kahulugan ang buhay mo? Do you want to live a purpose-driven life? Then spend it passionately in teaching. That is the most noble profession. Teaching in a life of meaning. Teaching in a life of meaning may not be a lucrative position. It cannot guarantee financial security. It even means investing your personal time, your energy, and resources. Sometimes it means disappointments, heartaches, and pains. But touching the hearts of people and opening the minds of children can give you joy and contentment which money could not buy. These are the moments I teach for. These are the moments I live for. That is according to Dr. Joseph Tibio. We have here the Pwede na mentality, enemy of excellent mission, preparation, and accomplishment. For a professional teacher who looks at teaching as his or her mission, she will do everything to arm himself for an excellent accomplishment of that mission. The striving for excellent accomplishment sometimes brings us to our pwede na mentality, which is inimical to excellence. This mentality is expressed in other ways like talagang ganyan yan or pwedeng sabihin mo na wala na tayong magagawa or di naman mahahalata or also di ko na yan sagot. Dagdag trabaho lang yan. Dagdag trabaho, gastos. All of these are indicators of defeatism. Again, defeatism and resignation to mediocrity. The morality rate in the licensure examination for teachers for these past years is glaring evidence that excellence is very much wanting of our teacher education graduates. If we remain true to our calling and mission as a professional teacher, we have no choice but to take the endless and the less traveled road, ika nga, to excellence. Before we end, I want you to watch this video of Blue Sabrina Onkiko about discovering your life's true calling. I have here attached the link of the video. You may also visit this through the YouTube using this link. Okay? So, mamaya papasok ako. Also, don't worry, I'm going to upload this in our Google Classroom. Yung slides, i-download, i-upload ko po ito mamaya. So, later, we're going to process everything. So, that's all. Papasa ka ba? Okay, that's all. Goodbye, everyone.